BMW, ultimate driving machine or ultimate repair bill? The answer depends entirely on which BMW you choose. If you've worked hard for your money and want a luxury car that won't leave you stranded, these are the 15 most reliable BMWs that defy the brand's reputation for expensive repairs. With proper maintenance, you can experience the ultimate driving machine for years to come. From the luxury mile maker that cruises effortlessly past 300,000 miles to the Supra's twin that shares Toyota's legendary reliability, and the mile-eater SUV loved by high-milers who can't resist towing and touring. Stick around for our number one and bonus at the end as we count down our favorite BIMers. Starting our countdown at number 15 is BMW's compact SUV success story, the F48 X1 xDrive 28i. Built from 2016 to 2022, this crossover earned the nickname the Quiet Achiever because it topped J.D. Power dependability studies while flying under the radar. Reliability generally improved with later models in the F48 generation, with models from 2018 onwards often noted for high reliability. The B48 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder delivers 228 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. This engine represents everything BMW learned from their turbocharged 4-cylinder disasters of the early 2010s. When you maintain it properly, expect up to 250,000 miles from this powertrain. The X1's success comes from BMW's decision to keep things simple: no air suspension to fail, no complex all-wheel drive system with 17 different modes, just a straightforward xDrive setup that works. You should watch for coolant plastic tees and caps that become brittle with age, ignition coils every 60,000 miles, and keeping transfer case and rear differential fluids fresh. The iDrive infotainment system benefits from regular software updates to prevent glitches. This X1 represents modern BMW at its most sensible, delivering luxury and reliability without the complexity that kills other models. It's the BMW your accountant would recommend. But if you want that same B48 reliability in a sedan that marked BMW's return to turbocharged performance, our next entry introduced the engine that changed everything. At number 14, we have the car that marked BMW's return to reliable turbocharged performance, the F30 340i. Built from 2016 to 2019, this sedan earned the nickname the first B58 3 Series because it introduced BMW's most reliable modern engine to the 3 Series lineup. The B58 3-liter turbocharged inline-six produces up to 322 horsepower and 330 pound-feet of torque. This engine represents everything BMW learned from the N54 and N55 disasters that preceded it. You can expect up to 260,000 miles with proper maintenance. The B58's reliability comes from a closed-deck aluminum block, integrated exhaust manifold for better thermal management, and a single twin-scroll turbocharger instead of problematic twin turbos. Unlike the high-pressure fuel pump (HPFP) failures that plagued earlier turbocharged BMWs like the N54 and N55, the B58's fuel system is rock solid. You'll need to look out for coolant expansion tank caps that can fail, ignition coils every 60,000 miles, and minor oil seepage from valve cover gaskets as the engine ages. The 340i proved that BMW could build a turbocharged engine that didn't require a second mortgage to maintain. It's the modern BMW that finally delivered on the promise of reliable performance. Speaking of reliable performance, our next entry takes that same B58 reliability and wraps it in a drop-top package co-developed with Toyota for ultimate dependability. Number 13 brings us BMW's most reliable modern roadster, the G29 Z4 M40i. Produced since 2019, this convertible earned the nickname the Supra's twin because it shares platform development with Toyota's legendary sports car. The B58 3-liter turbocharged inline-six delivers 382 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque in US specification. This collaboration with Toyota brought Japanese quality control standards to BMW's manufacturing process, resulting in exceptional build quality. You can expect 260,000 miles from this powertrain. The Z4's reliability benefits from lighter duty cycles compared to heavier SUVs and sedans. Most owners baby their roadsters, leading to lower stress and longer life on engine components. You'll need to watch for cooling system ancillaries as the car ages, ignition coils every 60,000 miles, and soft-top drain maintenance in convertible models. Electronic software updates prevent infotainment glitches that can affect modern BMWs. The G29 Z4 proves that BMW can build reliable sports cars when they partner with manufacturers who prioritize dependability. It's the roadster that won't leave you calling for a tow truck. But if you want that same B58 reliability in BMW's most popular SUV format, our next entry proves their compact crossover formula reaches peak reliability. At number 12, we have BMW's most popular SUV success story, the Go1X3. Available from 2018, this crossover earned the nickname the Do-It-All BMW because it perfectly balances practicality, performance, and reliability. You have two engine options defining this generation: the B48 2-liter Turbo 4 and the xDrive 30i, producing 248 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque, and the B58 3-liter Turbo 6 and the M40i, delivering 382 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. Both engines deliver exceptional reliability with expected mileage of 270,000 miles. The G01's success comes from BMW's decision to use proven powertrains and a well-engineered chassis. J.D. Power consistently ranks this platform family among the most dependable in its class. Watch for coolant system monitoring, ignition coils every 60,000 miles, and keeping xDrive fluid services current. Software updates prevent the electronic gremlins that can affect modern luxury vehicles. The Go1X3 represents BMW at its most competent, delivering everything buyers want without the traditional BMW ownership anxiety. It's the SUV that proves German engineering can be both sophisticated and reliable. Our next entry takes that same dependability philosophy and supersizes it into BMW's flagship SUV that's earned a reputation for effortless luxury. Number 11 showcases BMW's flagship SUV done right, the Go5 X5 xDrive 40i. Built from 2019 to present, this full-size SUV earned the nickname the Luxury Mile Maker because it delivers effortless comfort while racking up serious mileage. The B58 3-liter turbocharged inline-6 produces 335 horsepower and 330 pound-feet of torque, providing effortless acceleration in this large SUV. And despite its size and complexity, you can hit 270,000 miles with proper maintenance. The Go5's reliability comes from BMW's decision to use the proven B58 engine and improve the air suspension system that plagued earlier generations. The new air suspension design shows much better durability than previous BMW air suspension systems. Watch for air suspension bags and compressor wear over the long term, coolant seepage points that can develop with age, and infotainment software that benefits from regular updates. The B58 engine itself remains bulletproof with basic maintenance. This X5 proves that BMW can build large, complex luxury SUVs that don't require constant trips to the dealer. It's the SUV for buyers who want flagship luxury without flagship repair bills. Speaking of flagship luxury, our next entry brings you that same B58 reliability to BMW's executive sedan lineup with effortless performance. What do you think so far? Drop us a comment as we head into our top 10. At number 10, we have BMW's modern executive sedan masterpiece, the G30 540i. Produced from 2017 to 2023, this 5 Series earned the nickname the Executive B58 because it delivers effortless performance with Toyota-level reliability. The B58 3-liter turbocharged inline-6 produces 335 horsepower and 330 pound-feet of torque, providing smooth, linear power delivery. This engine's reputation for reliability has become so strong that Toyota uses it in their super sports car. Expect 280,000 miles with proper maintenance. The G30's reliability comes from BMW's mature B58 engine technology and excellent thermal management systems. The integrated exhaust manifold and sophisticated cooling system prevent the overheating issues that killed earlier turbocharged BMWs. Watch for coolant expansion tank caps that can fail with age, water pump seals that may weep after 100,000 miles, and ignition coils every 60,000 miles. Electronics can develop gremlins as the car ages, but these are typically software-related and fixable with updates. The G30 540i represents BMW's return to building reliable executive sedans that don't require a dedicated repair fund. It's the 5 Series that finally lives up to BMW's ultimate driving machine promise without the ultimate repair bills. But if you want that same reliability in a more compact package powered by BMW's last naturally aspirated straight 6, our next entry is a hidden gem. Number 9 brings us a hidden gem that combines BMW's most reliable engine with SUV practicality, the early F25 X3 xDrive 28i. Built from 2011 to 2012, this compact SUV earned the nickname Last of the NA6 X3 because it was the final X3 to use BMW's legendary naturally aspirated straight 6. The N52 3-liter naturally aspirated inline-6 produces 240 horsepower and 221 pound-feet of torque. This engine represents the pinnacle of BMW's naturally aspirated technology, with no turbochargers, high-pressure fuel pumps, or complex direct injection systems to fail. You can expect 300,000 miles with basic maintenance. The N52's reliability comes from its mechanical simplicity and conservative tuning. BMW's magnesium aluminum construction keeps weight down while maintaining strength. Watch for electric water pump and thermostat failures around 80,000 miles, oil leaks from valve cover and oil filter housing gaskets, and transfer case fluid changes every 60,000 miles. These are predictable, affordable maintenance items rather than catastrophic failures. The early F25 X3 with N52 power represents the sweet spot of BMW SUV ownership. Modern amenities with old-school reliability. It's the SUV for you if you want BMW luxury without BMW complexity. Our next entry takes us back to the golden age when BMW built their original sports activity vehicle with bulletproof naturally aspirated power. At number 8, we have BMW's original compact SUV success story, the E83 X3. Built from 2004 to 2010, this sports activity vehicle, SAV, earned the nickname the OG SAV because it was one of BMW's first small SUVs that just keeps going. Two naturally aspirated inline-6 engines powered this generation. The M54 B30 producing 225 horsepower, later replaced by the N52 B30 delivering 255 horsepower. Both engines share the same bulletproof, naturally aspirated DNA that made BMW famous for reliability. Expect 325,000 miles with proper maintenance. The E83's reliability comes from old-school, naturally aspirated engines paired with proven BMW all-wheel drive technology. Data analyzed highlights the E83 X3 as one of the most reliable picks for used BMW buyers. You'll need to watch for transfer case actuator gear failures, which is actually a cheap fix, cooling system refreshes around 100,000 miles, and front control arm bushings that wear with age. Oil leaks are common but manageable with these naturally aspirated engines. The E83 X3 represents BMW SUV engineering at its most dependable, before complexity killed reliability. It's the SUV that proves BMW once knew how to build vehicles that lasted. But if you want to go back even further to BMW's most iconic compact car, our next entry represents the car that refuses to die. Number 7 takes us to BMW's most iconic compact car, the E3325i. Built from 1987 to 1991 in the US, these cars earned the nickname the Forever 3 because they're the cars that refuse to die and remain cult favorites for rally and track use. The M20B25 2.5-liter naturally aspirated inline-6 produces 168 horsepower and 164 pound-feet of torque. This engine represents BMW engineering at its purest, minimal electronics, bulletproof drivetrain, and parts that are still plentiful today. You should be able to reach 350,000 miles with basic maintenance. The E30's legendary reliability comes from its mechanical simplicity and robust construction. These cars were built when BMW prioritized durability over complexity. You have to remember though, while this model may be more reliable, they are more aged by now and will require proper upkeep to run well. Watch for timing belt intervals every 60,000 miles, cooling system refreshes, rust in floors and wheel arches, and aging rubber fuel hoses. The beauty is that these are simple fixes you can do at home with basic tools. The E30 represents BMW's golden era when they built cars for enthusiasts who wanted to drive them forever. It's the BMW that created a generation of loyal customers. But if you want that same naturally aspirated reliability in a larger, more luxurious package, our next entry represents the best 5 Series ever made. At number 6, we have what many consider the greatest 5 Series ever built, the E39 530i. Produced from 2001 to 2003 with the M54 engine, this sedan earned the nickname the GOAT 5 Series because it's routinely called the best 5 Series ever made. The M54 B30 3-liter naturally aspirated inline-6 produces 225 horsepower and 214 to 221 pound-feet of torque. The E39 chassis combined with the naturally aspirated M54 creates a beloved combination that delivers great road manners with huge parts support. You could achieve 350,000 miles with proper maintenance. The E39's reliability comes from BMW's peak engineering period when they built cars to last decades. Perfect weight distribution, precise steering, and suspension tuning balanced comfort and performance better than anything else in its class. Watch for cooling system rebuilds around 100,000 miles, thrust arm bushings that wear with age, oil leaks from common gasket areas, and pixel fade in the instrument cluster. Rust can develop at wheel arches in salty climates. The E39 530i represents BMW at their absolute best, proving they could build sophisticated luxury cars without sacrificing their driving DNA. It's the 5 Series that set the standard all others are measured against. Our next entry takes us back to the early 1990s, when BMW built their executive sedans like bank vaults. Before we break into our top 5, let us know in the comments which is your favorite so far. Number 5 brings us to BMW's tank-like executive sedan, the E34 525i from the M50 years. Built from 1991 to 1995, this 5 Series earned the nickname the Bank Vault 5, because the E34's doors and overall solidity are legendary among BMW enthusiasts. The M50 B25 2.5-liter naturally aspirated inline-6 produces 189 horsepower and 181 pound-feet of torque. This engine represents classic straight-six simplicity paired with the E34's tank-like build quality that keeps many still on the road today. Expect 350,000 miles with proper maintenance. The E34's reliability comes from BMW's old-school approach to construction when they over-engineered everything. The build quality was so exceptional that these cars feel more solid than many modern vehicles. Watch for aging rubber components like hoses and bushings, cooling system components including radiator and plastic parts, and oil leaks from various gasket areas. You should note rust prevention is important as these cars age. The E34 525i represents BMW's commitment to building cars that would last for decades, not just until the lease expired. It's the 5 Series that proved German engineering could create automotive bank vaults. But if you want that same naturally aspirated reliability in a more modern 3 Series package, our next entry represents BMW's last great naturally aspirated sedan. At number 4, we have BMW's last great naturally aspirated 3 Series, the E90 328i. Built from 2006 to 2011 in the US, we call this the Keeper 3 because so many owners keep them past 200,000 miles simply because they just work. The N52 B33-liter naturally aspirated inline-6 produces 230 horsepower and 200 pound-feet of torque. This engine represents BMW's last great naturally aspirated straight-6 for the 3 Series, before turbochargers and complexity took over. Expect 350,000 miles with proper maintenance. The E90 328i's reliability comes from the N52's mechanical simplicity and smooth, long-lived design with basic maintenance. The N52 is widely regarded as one of BMW's most reliable power plants ever built. Watch for electric water pump and thermostat failures around 80,000 miles, oil leaks from valve cover and oil filter housing gaskets, and belt and pulley maintenance. If you keep the cooling system healthy, this engine will run forever. The E90 328i represents the end of an era when BMW built simple, reliable 3 Series sedans that owners could depend on. It's the 3 Series that proves BMW once knew how to build cars that lasted. The next entry takes us to what many consider the sweet spot of BMW 3 Series ownership, with the perfect balance of performance and reliability. Number 3 showcases what many consider the sweet spot of BMW 3 Series ownership, the E46 330i. Produced from 1999 to 2006, this sedan earned the nickname the Sweet Spot 3 because it's often cited as the best balanced 3 Series for daily driving and weekend fun. The M54 B33-liter naturally aspirated inline-6 produces 228 horsepower and 221 pound-feet of torque. This robust, naturally aspirated straight-6 has no turbochargers to fail and is proven worldwide with huge community support. Expect 400,000 miles with proper maintenance. The E46 330i's reliability comes from the bulletproof M54 engine paired with BMW's most beloved chassis design. Motoring journals consistently rank this as one of BMW's most reliable models. Watch for full cooling system refreshes around 100,000 mile, vano seals that can leak, valve cover and oil filter housing gasket leaks, crankcase ventilation system maintenance, and DISA flap operation. These are well-documented, predictable maintenance items with huge aftermarket support. The E46 330i represents BMW engineering at its peak, delivering the perfect combination of performance, handling, and reliability. It's the 3 Series that made BMW's reputation for building the ultimate driving machine. But if you want that same M54 reliability with the efficiency of diesel power, our next entry proves BMW could build SUVs that eat miles for breakfast. At number 2, we have BMW's mile-eating SUV masterpiece, the late E70X 530D and 35D. Built from 2011 to 2013 during the facelift years, this SUV earns the nickname the Mile Eater SUV, because it's loved by high-mileage drivers who tow and tour extensively. The M57N and M57 TU 3-liter inline-6 turbo diesel engines produce 265 horsepower and 425 pound-feet of torque. These late-run M57 diesels are incredibly stout, avoiding the early N57 issues while delivering massive torque at low stress levels. Expect 400,000 miles with proper maintenance. The E70's reliability comes from proven M57 diesel technology paired with BMW's mature SUV platform. You'll love the huge torque output that makes highway cruising effortless while maintaining excellent fuel economy. Watch for swirl flap and EGR cleaning requirements, DPF and DF system maintenance on emissions-equipped cars, cooling system plastic components, and air suspension bags if equipped. Regular diesel-specific maintenance keeps these engines running strong. The late E70 X5 with M57 power represents BMW's peak diesel SUV engineering before emissions regulations complicated everything. It's the SUV for drivers who measure trips in thousands of miles, not hundreds. But even this mile-eating machine can't match our number 1 pick for you in terms of ultimate longevity. Before we reveal our number 1 most reliable BMW, let's recap what we've learned about these automotive legends. Starting from number 15, the F48 X1 xDrive 28i prove that modern BMW can build reliable compact SUVs when they keep things simple. The B48 2-liter Turbo 4 delivers 228 horsepower while avoiding the complexity that kills other models. At number 14, the F30 340i introduced the game-changing B58 3-liter Turbo 6 to the 3 Series lineup. This engine marked BMW's return to reliable turbocharged performance after the N54 and N55 disasters. Number 13's G29 Z4 M40i showed that BMW's collaboration with Toyota brings Japanese quality standards to German engineering. The B58's 382 horsepower comes with Toyota-level dependability. The G01X3 at number 12 earned its do-it-all BMW nickname by perfectly balancing practicality and reliability. Both B48 and B58 engine options deliver exceptional dependability in BMW's most popular SUV. Number 11's G05 X5 xDrive 40i proves that BMW can build large, complex luxury SUVs without constant dealer visits. The luxury mile maker delivers flagship comfort with improved air suspension durability. At number 10, the G35 40i brought B58 reliability to BMW's executive sedan lineup. This executive B58 delivers effortless performance with Toyota-level dependability. Number 9's early F25 X3 xDrive 28i represents a hidden gem combining BMW's most reliable N52 engine with SUV practicality. The last of the NA6 X3 offers modern amenities with old-school reliability. The E83 X3 at number 8 earned its OGSAV status as BMW's original reliable compact SUV. Naturally aspirated M54 and N52 engines provide bulletproof power in BMW's first successful small SUV. Number 7's E30 325i represent BMW's most iconic compact cars. The Forever 3 refuses to die and remains the cult favorite for enthusiasts who want cars that last decades. At number 6, the E39 530i earned its GOAT 5 Series nickname by delivering what many consider the greatest 5 Series ever built. The M54 3-liter naturally aspirated 6 provides 225 horsepower with legendary reliability. Number 5's E34 525i from the M50 years represents BMW's tank-like construction philosophy. The Bank Vault 5 was built when BMW over-engineered everything for maximum durability. The E93 28i at number 4 earned its Keeper 3 nickname because owners refused to sell them. BMW's last great naturally aspirated 3 Series proves that simplicity breeds reliability. Number 3's E46330i represents the sweet spot of BMW ownership. The M54-powered Sweet Spot 3 delivers the perfect balance of performance, handling, and dependability. At number 2, the late E70X5 30D and 35D earned the Mile Eater SUV title through proven M57 diesel reliability. These SUVs are loved by high-mileage drivers who need vehicles that can handle serious touring and towing duties. Several patterns emerge from our countdown. The most reliable BMWs share common characteristics: naturally aspirated engines or proven turbocharged designs, mechanical simplicity over electronic complexity, and conservative tuning that prioritizes longevity over peak performance. The legendary M54, N52, and modern B58 engines appear repeatedly because they represent BMW engineering at its most dependable. These power plants prove that BMW can build engines that last when they prioritize reliability over complexity. Maintenance patterns are predictable across these reliable BMWs. Cooling system refreshes around 100,000 miles, oil leaks from common gasket areas, and ignition system maintenance every 60,000 miles represent the typical ownership experience. The key difference is that these are predictable, affordable maintenance items rather than catastrophic failures. What separates these reliable BMWs from the problematic ones is engineering philosophy. These cars were built during periods when BMW prioritized durability and customer satisfaction over quarterly profit margins and lease-friendly complexity. But even these automotive legends can't match our number 1 pick for ultimate reliability. Here's our number 1 and honorable mention. Built from 1999 to 2006, this diesel sedan earned the nickname the Bavarian Taxi because M57 engines are known to rack up huge miles in European taxi fleets. The M57 D33-liter inline-6 turbo diesel produces 204 horsepower and 302 pound-feet of torque, depending on market and year. This overbuilt iron block diesel engine represents BMW's peak diesel engineering with low specific output and legendary longevity. Expect 450,000 miles with proper maintenance, which is the most reliable BMW that will last forever. The E46330D. The E46330D's incredible reliability comes from the M57's conservative tuning and robust construction. European taxi companies chose these cars because they needed vehicles that could run continuously for decades. Watch for regular diesel oil and filter intervals, swirl flap and EGR inspection for carbon buildup, cooling system refreshes as the car ages, and turbo hose maintenance. These are routine maintenance items that keep the M57 running strong. The E46330D represents the pinnacle of BMW diesel reliability, proving that German engineering can create powertrains that truly last forever. It's the BMW that taxi drivers trust with their livelihoods. But there's one more modern BMW that deserves recognition for bringing B48 reliability to the entry-level market. Our honorable mention goes to BMW's most practical entry-level sedan, the F44 228i Gran Coupe. We're including this as the 228i Gran Coupe's reliability comes from the proven B48 engine in a simpler daily driver package with fewer complex systems than larger BMWs. Built from 2020 to 24, this front-wheel drive BMW earned the nickname the Practical Badge because it prioritizes dependability over driving purist approval. The B48 2-liter turbocharged inline-4 produces 228 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. This engine rounds out BMW's B48 family, proving that their modern 4-cylinder can deliver reliability across multiple platforms. Expect 245,000 miles with proper maintenance. Despite controversy over its front-wheel drive platform, it delivers BMW luxury without traditional BMW repair anxiety. Watch for coolant plastic parts that can crack with age, ignition coils every 60,000 miles, and brake fluid flushes every 2 years. Early timing chain guide wear is rare compared to older BMW 4-cylinders. The F44 228i Gran Coupe proves that modern BMW can build reliable entry-level cars when they focus on dependability over complexity. It's the BMW for buyers who want the badge without the drama. These 15 BMWs prove that German engineering can deliver both luxury and reliability when manufacturers prioritize durability over complexity. From naturally aspirated legends to modern turbocharged workhorses, these vehicles demonstrate that the right BMW will serve you faithfully for hundreds of thousands of miles. This is Tom from Seats and Wheels. Thanks for watching.